Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spring Championships for the round of 16. Today we have our first game in a best of, I believe this is a best of 7? Let me just check what we got here. Best of 5, actually. Best of 5 series. Still potential for quite a lot of games, though. Indeed, up to 9 games. I think that is possible, right?
Yeah, indeed. I'm really looking forward to this because best of 5, that means it's 3-1 at max, so 5 games at max.
Yeah, oh, okay. Wait, what was I thinking? I don't know where I got that from. Anyway.
No problem.
I think, obviously, I do know how it works, but in that particular, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm just going to briefly preface who the guy I'm casting with is, even though this will sound rather weird if it's appearing on Veni's channel as we are planning. But for the benefit, I'm pretty sure most of my subscribers, most of my viewers know who you are, Veni. But this is obviously Veni, VD, how do you even say that?
Veni, Vidi, Vici.
Absolutely. That. Possibly the best team game player of all time. No, well, certainly a very good team game player, absolutely. And also equally as good in 1v1 as well. And does a lot of casting, is here with me today. We're going to be casting these series, absolutely. But now that I've prefaced that, here we have, in the north of the map, in the colour blue, SomppuKunkku. I hope that's... how would you say that, Veni?
I think you did that perfect, actually, yeah. I couldn't do better.
Thank you. Absolutely. Here he is, playing as the Germans in the colour blue. Going for that early trade and post. Absolutely. Start with the 200 wood there. Going to lay that down nice and early. He could have considered a market. Certainly has 35 coin in his base. But unless you have a wood treasure there as well, then maybe not. But this is really good. Germany really like the trading post because they often have an agenda in the Fortress Age where shipments are indeed better. So this is perhaps better than a market anyway. But there is certainly that. In the south of the map, in the colour red, we do indeed have Kynesie. And I hope that's correct as well.
Yes, sounds about right as well. No problem.
Playing as the Japanese in the colour red. Here he is, laying down that early consulate. Of course, Japan always want to be doing that because, of course, it does reduce, well, if you ally yourself with the Portuguese, it reduces your building costs by 15%. You can stack that with your first shipment, the Unheavenly Kami, which indeed reduces it even more, increases gather rates, and also that big shrine you can age up with. Massive boom. Absolutely. But, Veni, going to hand it over to you. What do you think of this matchup?
Yeah, I'm very looking forward to this because, of course, we all know that Kynesie always likes to use his walls a little bit here and there and sometimes combined with the water as well. Well, obviously, this isn't a water map, so that means that he can't go that strategy. But he is probably likely to defend versus any pressure from SomppuKunkku in the third age. And that's also why you said correctly as well that Somppu is going for a trading post just to get his shipment spam going. And we see also, by the way, on the left side that Kynesie gathered a sheep and also made a shrine. And on the right side he missed a sheep, so he probably has to go back there. He scouted with his shrine wagon.
I'm completely lost. I'm doing a terrible job.
You lost? Lost how?
Yeah, well, I was trying to sort out my sound. Like, the game before I started had sound, but now it actually doesn't. So what you're saying, nobody's able to see, but go ahead.
Try L-tab, sometimes works for me to fix it. But we see that he's going back with his orchard rickshaw, so he gets the goat on the right side. Of course, very important for Japan to get those goats, actually for every civilization, but for Japan it will increase your shrine rate gathering, so the more you get, the better it is.
Absolutely. You can task those to, of course, the shrines.
And there in the center he's now building a shrine as well, because he also found 40 wood somewhere, so he can make 2 shrines. And he's now gathering that, getting that 75 food treasure.
75 food treasure, absolutely. Really quite nice, going to help him age up a bit quicker. And as Japan obviously going to be training villages, oh, there it goes down the one. Though actually it's not going to help him age up at all, because he's only just collected it, but certainly he can queue the villages a bit easier, because you can queue them whilst aging up, absolutely. Yep.
It's just all these small details that will matter in the end, because indeed he can now already send more villages to wood, so you will have to have his shrines a little bit faster just because the 80 food treasure.
But Germany, I think they have a hard time in this matchup actually. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel actually it's about the same. It's still hard to say. I haven't played this matchup that much, to be honest, but the map is quite big, which is in favor of Japan, I would say.
Yeah.
Because then you can just build shrines everywhere. And even if they lose their town center, they still have ways to go, as you might even see in this matchup. I saw it before by Kynesie and Blackstar. You of course have your shrines as a big economy always, and it means just if you have a Rex available and maybe a shipping point somewhere, you're still not out of the game.
Yeah.
Unlike, for example, Germany, if you lose your town center, you have much more trouble.
Yeah. Oh, coming down for the 50 wood treasure down here, though. Certainly going to be quite nice. Lay down lots of those. Still scammed with this orchard rickshaw.
Yeah, I like that a lot because, of course, he even if he gets found by the hero SomppuKunkku, he will just be able to make it back to his base. So the more scouting you can do, the better it is, and the more you know about the map.
Yeah,
It looks like
coming in for a treasure consent. Blue, I think he just grabbed that there. That was really cheeky. Red had a lot of time to see that, but despite the German player still going to pick himself up 50 wood. Not too bad at all. It's certainly going to make the market upgrades a lot easier. I imagine he'll be wanting steel traps and things like that, placing mines perhaps at this market and all of that good stuff. But I'm interested to see what Germany wants to do against Japan, because I've seen a couple of German versus Japan games, and like, you want to start, well, they have a lot of cav, all right, and some people start with the stable anyway and make the cav, but like raiding Japan is just so difficult, and therefore Yolan kind of nullifies them, well, because especially if they add in a wall, you're certainly not going to do a lot of raiding there. So Yolan's running around sieging shrines is not particularly good. I mean, yes, they have a high damage output, but in terms of siege, it's not that high. All cavalry, very low siege, of course, and it's I don't know what you do as Germany. Like, it's kind of tough to punish Japan for laying the shrines around the map.
Yeah, well, the main thing that you actually want to go for is obviously the third age, because that's where you're strongest as German, especially with the trading post.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, of course, he doesn't want to make too many Ulans, as like you said, raiding is very hard to do. However, just a few Ulan will be able to siege shrines very quickly. Ulan have a very decent attack and also, of course, move around the map very quickly. But the most important thing, actually, for a German player in this case, I feel, is to try to find the heroes that are making shrines. If you send your Ulan around the map, so two here, two there, left, right, etc., split them up correctly, then you are probably able to guess where the Japanese player is going to build his next shrines, and just kill or try to kill his hero. And if you can do that, you can of course prevent the shrine boom from the Japanese player.
You certainly can, and obviously Yolan's very useful once you get up to the next stage as well. Germany have a massive amount of cavalry that they can ship, and all of these, you can train a few of these. They're going to be useful now, siege and shrines, so they do only have 20 siege attack, which isn't particularly good, but either way, Germany has sent that 2 villager shipment. In the first stage, it's kind of obvious, right? 4 vills, probably the best shipment in the game. I've said that before, I'm going to say it again, followed by the 3 Yolan shipment as well. Absolutely. That's 6 villagers, absolutely insane economy because of that, and then 700 wood now on the floor. Obviously, with all of these villagers going to be gathering the resources for the next stage, as we've been talking about, going to be having that fortress agenda, and the 700 wood, of course, going to be useful for laying down a barracks and all of the houses that he'll perhaps want. And there is certainly that. But the timing pressure from Germany can be very, very strong indeed. Absolutely. Sieging down this wall, though, his pressure's going to be good, but he has to get through the wall first, and these ashes from the other side going to force him. But another wall comes down.
Yeah, well, I don't like actually that he's trying to siege a wall, because he won't be able to get it down. Of course, Kynesie will make a few ashes to just defend that, and as like you said, he will just make a second wall. What he should be really be doing is just find the heroes around the map, and of course siege the shrines as effectively as possible. So don't siege the shrine with 2 Ulan everywhere, but try to find the heroes, and once you found them, just use every Ulan together to quickly siege the shrines. That is my best bet, I would say.
That's what you're planning, true. Perhaps, though, he's a little bit concerned about finding them, because even if you do find them, they have that smoke screen ability and can get back, but...
Yeah, but imagine how much you can delay a Japanese player if he has to walk all the way back from his town center.
Yeah, absolutely true. But choosing to actually siege these down, and I'm not sure, well, he's only going to get a couple down. Japan looks really solid right now. He spent a whole load of wood on this wall, which is certainly going to weaken him and make whatever he's going to do weaker because of that. But the wall is just going to stop Germany from getting in, and Germany, in the Fortress Age, yes, they have all of these villager shipments, or in fact sent 2 settler wagons as well. This is an absolutely insane economy. The pressure is going to be very strong once he gets up, but he has no cannons. Germany is a civilization without cannons. I don't know, without those, how would you get through this wall? And this wall, it's like Japan seems impenetrable.
It's not like the Japan wall, more like a Chinese wall that's still out there.
Ooh, well, the thing is, coming in to save that shrine though. Despite the siege, you're not going to get it. But go ahead, Veni.
Yeah. Well, he got 1 shrine on the middle part for sure, so that's at least some damage. But the interesting thing here is also that Kynesie went for 600 wood, 4 villages, and then immediately 600 gold, kind of to go for a quick semi-FF as well. Yeah. And unlike the German, he used his gold shipment, and the German just used his 2 settler wagons. That means that the German will be a little bit delayed. However, I think I still like this choice. They will age up probably around the same time.
Yeah.
Or maybe Japan a little bit slower, but the German has indeed a very strong economy in the back of this and doesn't really need 700 gold at this point yet. He's gonna get another shrine though on the left side, but still hasn't managed to find any hero from Kynesie.
No, none of them yet. Though those heroes are now sort of being protected by the Ashes and the Bestiarios he's sort of pushing out with. But that's not either way. The guy's not building shrines, so that's not completely relevant. But you like this? You like the 2 settler wagons rather than 700 coin? I feel against Japan, a lot of the time it's you have to push them down quickly before they can get that economy really rolling, and 700 coin gives you the tempo advantage, gets you up a bit faster, gets the pressure out sooner, and is perhaps quite good against Japan. 2 settler wagons is better in terms of economy, but a lot slower, and you know, by the time, does that give Japan the time they need? What do you think?
Yeah, it is the interesting thing you propose here. The 700 coin is of course faster, but yeah, well actually might have to put in some thought on that later. I think both can have their advantages depending on how you play it. You see that the German guy still ages up faster, so he just has to make something happen, and of course he also has his 8 skirmisher shipment quite fast, and the Japan guy has only 2 Rexes, no stable yet. So that means that the skirmisher push is still going to be quite strong.
Oh, that's going to be strong, that's true. Obviously no stable means
however,
Go ahead.
We see that now he's going to build a castle right next to his town center, so that will obviously mean that he's going for the Ashigaru flaming arrow composition.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that is kind of a specialty of Kynesie, I would say. But that means that if SomppuKunkku hasn't scouted anything about this, and that will be a very hard position for him to deal with if he doesn't know about this. Of course, when you have like 2-3 flaming arrow made and maybe even 2 shipped, if you have nothing to deal with it, like Culverins or maybe mass 4 wagons, which is still hard if he has mass Ashigarus, he's really in a lot of trouble, let's put it like that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He does not know about this castle, but I don't know if he knows about the lack of stable either, but, you know, certainly, no, as you were saying, no stable. Oh, takes out a cavalry, trying to siege down this shrine there, but not going to be successful. Obviously, in the beginning, we were talking about no stable means there's no cavalry, which means he's going to have no cavalry to deal with the skirmishers here, but that's, you know, instead of cavalry, he's choosing the flaming arrows, as Veni's pointing out. And I don't know if Blue knows about this. Obviously, he only has the 1 scouting unit as Germany, and it is dead in his opponent's base. Doesn't know about the castle. I don't think this is a particularly standard thing that Japan does. It's going to be rather surprising. Germany, I don't know if he has the composition really to deal with it.
Yeah, the thing is that this wall that Kynesie made is of course also preventing him from raids, but like you said now, also preventing him from any scouting. So that is really really tough for SomppuKunkku indeed. But the thing is that I don't like that he's so passive. We talked about the 700 coin versus 2 settler wagons. You saw that German still aged up faster. He has a lot of skirmishers available. He saw that the Japanese guy also aged up. That means he has a small timing window to do any damage. And this shrine could have been dead already, even pushing on to the next one. He had enough skirmishers available. But he just went back because he maybe was scared about Naginata or something. I don't know, but... Oh, we have a laggy moment here.
We do have a bit of a lag spike. Not dropping frames or anything. So I'm not lagging, it's not me.
Yeah, it's probably one of them. They sometimes have a little bit of lag issues, I know that.
Yeah.
We see that 1 flaming arrow was made from the castle. And also, by the way, interesting is that Kynesie, he shipped 4 villagers. Oh, wait, I see what he's gonna do. He shipped 4 villagers.
Yeah.
During his age up to the 3rd age. So he didn't save a shipment for example, Ashigarus or Naginata or flaming arrows.
Oh, so you're going to have less units overall. Go ahead.
Yes, indeed. So he went for a bigger economy.
Oh, can he get that flaming arrow? No, not quite, but it looks like he's a bit close. I think he was being a little bit cheeky there, trying to grab that, but we do have a bit of an engagement here. That flaming arrow nice and protected behind, of course, the wall there. Not going to get into combat with those cavalry, which have such high DPS, but the war wagons, I believe, are going to focus it down there. He's taking a lot of damage from these Ashigarans. Obviously, veteran Yolans, unless they're dealing damage, they're not happy since they have such low hit points, but actually going to take this fight, and now actually going to get back out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the war wagons were aiming at the flaming arrows. That was a very good job taking it out right away. And I think the Udans are doing a quite okay job, not committing too much in the hand attack. 4
flaming arrows comes out, and now definitely SomppuKunkku. I'm sorry, Blue, and he has to get out of there. That's a really strong quantity of cannons or artillery. Cannot take it now.
Yeah, that's what the 1k coin was for that he shipped. And SomppuKunkku just shipped 8 skirmishers, 9 Udan, pretty standard. But now he definitely has to make something else, because I feel... of course, skirmisher Udan is not going to deal with this properly. You can make war wagon, but then you still have the problem of all the Ashigarus actually just killing your war wagons too fast. So I feel that he has to make an artillery foundry to deal with this, to be honest. Or try to get him out, catch him out of position, but if Kynesie plays it right, it will be very hard to do so.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. But yeah, so he sent 4 villagers in transition, as you said, and that's going to reduce the amount of units that he has, but overall, the longer this game goes on, he's going to get stronger and stronger because of that, instead of sending a military shipment, perhaps. And he's clearly survived the first push. He's clearly okay right now, so 4 villagers looking very nice indeed. 1,000 coin was shipped as his first Fortress Age shipment, and that has funded, of course, as Veni pointed out, all of these flaming arrows, which are really, really strong. Now 1,000 wood has arrived as well. That's probably going to continue a little bit of the flaming arrow production, but certainly going to add down a second town center over here, really setting up for the long game. I think Russia, good lord, Japan, very happy with the position he's in right now. They've got even economies in terms of villages, though obviously the players don't know that, but even economies in terms of villages, but then Japan has the shrines behind him as well, so the longer this game goes on, unless Blue can make something happen very soon, and can he though? Are those flaming arrows going to get taken out by the cat? No, he sees it.
Yeah, well, maybe there is a small chance for Somppu to still come back. Oh, he is making Culverins somewhere, by the way, so he has an artillery foundry up. Let's see where.
If you click on the top left of the unit, it'll take you to the unit, though it doesn't work if they're being trained.
Ah, yeah. Unfortunately, they are being trained, so I will do that after.
It's over here.
Ah, yeah, I see there. Good.
2 culverins coming out.
Yeah, I was saying that if he has like 5 war wagons popping out, it might also save him combined with Minutemen, but that wouldn't be a cost-effective trade. So I would really like it that he's waiting. Ah, there they come. The 2 culverins almost arrive.
Yep.
And then he should be able to take this, no problem. He has enough skirmishers to deal with the Ashigarus and enough Udans to catch it, I think.
And this is, it's going to look good. Though flaming arrows do have a very long range, and if they get into range of these culverins, they might be able to take it out. And you can see those 2 flaming arrows going to take out the culverins. This is what he made, of course, to deal with them. Taking a lot of damage as well from the other flaming arrows on the skirmishers, which are really, really bunched up. They're going to take a load of area damage. That culverin doing the little spinny dance. This is not looking too good for Kynesie.
Yeah.
Taking out, of course, the Ashigari is going to get up close with the culverins and take them out as well. And still this fight hasn't managed to neutralize the culverins, has completely run out of cavalry, as using the last few to try and take out these 2 flaming arrows. And here, Red has a much larger massive military. The skirmishers can't really do a huge amount with the 2 flaming arrows there.
Yeah, the thing is that this was a little bit of a mismicro by Somppu. First of all, the 2 shots of the first 2 shots of the culverins, they were hitting Ashigarus rather than flaming arrows. So actually, these 2 that are now alive could have been dead.
Oh god, no.
Also, he didn't split up his skirmishers enough, I feel, and he didn't call out Minutemen on time to soak up some damage.
Oh, and that 1,000 coin is on the floor, and there's no way that Red is going to let him collect that up. No villagers are going to be on that, and I believe that would be for more culverins, which he'd use to get back in the game. Oh no.
Yeah, this is a very rough spot for him to come back. We see also a second town center, a third actually going up on the left side. Complete map control for Kynesie now, and if you see the score, the difference shows actually how the game is going.
Absolutely astronomical difference in terms of score, but yeah, as I was saying, the longer this game goes, Japan is in favour with an equal villager count because they have shrines behind it. Also has, can he take out that flaming arrow? Trying to do what he can.
Ulans are good, but so are Ashigaru, so...
Yeah. Yulans are really good if they're not taking damage. Like, if they're not taking damage, they're, like, so strong. They have such high DPS. But, yeah, it has 3 town centers now as well behind this. Oh,
look at the battle. He made falconets, and he will be able to take out these flaming arrows.
Oh, nice. Falconets certainly a lot stronger than flaming arrows in terms of damage output. But those Ashigari are going to get into hand combat, of course. Do that 17 hand attack, because, of course, falconets resist 75% of range damage, not melee damage, though he's so close. There was nothing really to stop them there, or to punish him. He does manage to take those out. I don't think that was a very good trade for him.
Yeah, it was indeed a little bit unfortunate as well. He didn't respond on time with moving the skirmishers out of range as well. I mean, out of melee range from the Ashigarus. And also, again, I counted like 2 or so shots from the falconets that were not hitting anything. It is of course very hard to micro, unlike like I said in the earlier battle with the culverins. Yeah. There's just a matter of clicking on the flaming arrows, but here I think the falconets were sometimes shooting at an Ashigaru that was like killed 1 second before by the skirmishers.
Oh no!
And so that means that the animation time resets and the shot doesn't go off, and then you need to reshoot again. That's always a very hard thing to micro in a cannon versus cannon battle.
True, you have to try it. Shoot the ones at the back, which you know aren't going to get taken out.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, the issue with that there is there was nothing really to block the units, like to body block Red from getting up close and personal with the cannons, because they are weak, of course, to melee damage. They're very good at resisting range damage, but unfortunately taking them out there. A nice valiant effort. I think the 1,000 coin on the floor that he was never able to collect was an issue, but after that first fight where Germany was unable to make anything happen, I think Japan was in a strong spot and took the game from there. But don't go anywhere, we do have game number 2 coming up in just about a moment.
Yes. Yeah, indeed, the one